You both stop texting. No fight, no closure, just silence. And now you're staring at your phone thinking, is he losing interest? Is he testing me? Should I text first? But here's the shocking truth. When you both go silent, it reveals more about his emotional state than any sweet good morning text ever could. Let's talk about what's really happening inside his head. Mutual silence is brutal, because it's ambiguous. If he ghosted you, at least that's clear. If he texted you, you'd know he cares. But mutual silence? That's psychological warfare. You're both waiting, both wondering, both pretending you're fine. And the longer it goes on, the louder your thoughts get. He doesn't care. If he wanted to, he would. Real men chase. But here's what most women don't realize. Silence doesn't automatically mean disinterest. Sometimes it means hesitation. Sometimes fear. Sometimes ego. Sometimes emotional immaturity. And sometimes it means he's confused. The psychology behind it. Let's break this down. When communication suddenly drops, a man typically falls into one of four psychological states. 1. He's waiting for confirmation of interest. Men fear rejection more than they admit. If your last message felt short, if your tone shifted, if he sensed distance, he might be thinking, maybe she's not that into me. I don't want to look desperate. I'll give her space. Silence becomes protection, not punishment. 2. His ego is activated if he feels he initiated more, if he double texted last time, if he perceives imbalance. He might pull back to restore control, not because he doesn't like you, because his ego doesn't want to feel smaller. 3. He's avoidant. This is deeper. If things were getting closer, more emotional, more intimate, an avoidant man may feel overwhelmed. Silence becomes regulation. It helps him reduce emotional intensity. You think, he's losing interest. He feels, this is getting serious. Very different. 4. He's actually losing investment. Yes, this happens too. Interest fades when the chase is over. He met someone new. The connection wasn't strong, but here's the key. When a man truly wants you, silence bothers him too. He feels the gap. He notices your absence. The difference is, secure men close the gap. Immature men sit in it. Real life example. Let me tell you about Emily. Emily had been talking to a guy for 3 weeks. Great chemistry, daily texting, inside jokes. Then one day, nothing. She decided not to text first. He didn't text either. 3 days passed. Her anxiety skyrocketed. She assumed he'd found someone else. But what was actually happening? He told her later, I thought you were pulling away. I didn't want to chase if you weren't interested. He wasn't playing games. He was protecting himself. Now here's the twist. When Emily finally sent a light message, not emotional, not accusatory, just playful, he responded within minutes. The silence wasn't lack of attraction. It was mutual uncertainty. 2 people waiting to feel safe. The myth we need to kill. Let's kill this toxic myth right now. If he wanted to, he would. It sounds empowering, but it's incomplete. Yes, effort matters, but human beings are layered. Trauma, pride, past rejection, attachment style. Sometimes he wants to, but he doesn't know how, or he's afraid, or he assumes you've already decided. Now listen carefully. This does not mean you chase endlessly. It means you understand psychology before you assume intent. There's a difference. What his silence actually means. When you both stop texting, ask yourself, what was the energy before it stopped? Was he investing? Did something shift emotionally? Silence after deep vulnerability? Likely fear? Silence after you pulled back? Likely confusion? Silence after consistent low effort? Likely low interest? Context is everything. And here's something most people don't talk about. High-value connection isn't built on who waits longer. It's built on who communicates clearly. If you're always trying to win the silence, you're already losing the relationship. Strong emotional conclusion. Here's the truth. Most dating advice won't tell you. Silence exposes emotional maturity. Yours and his. If you're spiraling, obsessing, checking his status, that's your attachment talking. If he's disappearing instead of clarifying, that's his emotional capacity showing. Mutual silence isn't about power. It's about safety. Two people waiting to feel secure. But the strongest position you can take isn't silence. It's grounded calm. If you want to text him, text him. Not from anxiety, not from fear, but from self-assured energy. And if he doesn't respond, you didn't lose. You gained clarity. Because the right man doesn't sit comfortably in silence when he genuinely values you. He bridges it, he closes it, he reaches. And if he doesn't, you now know everything you need to know. Silence isn't the enemy. Uncertainty is. And clarity, even painful clarity, is power. If this resonated, comment below. Have you ever experienced mutual silence? And what happened next? Because sometimes, the loudest message is the one never sent. Let me leave you with this. Silence is not a strategy. It's a mirror. It reflects confidence or insecurity, clarity or confusion. When two people stop texting, it's not about who cares more. It's about who feels safer. And here's what changes everything. Secure people don't play chicken with connection. They don't sit there calculating who should reach out. They don't measure worth in delayed responses. They communicate calmly, directly, honestly. So the next time you're staring at your phone in mutual silence, don't ask, why isn't he texting? Ask, if I removed fear from this situation, what would I do? And then do that. Not to win him, not to prove something, but because you refuse to let ego control your love life. Because the truth is, the right man won't let silence stretch for days. If he truly values the connection, he'll close the gap. And if he doesn't, that silence just saved you months of confusion. That silence just revealed his emotional ceiling. And that silence is your answer. If this hit deeper than you expected, subscribe, because we don't play games here. We understand psychology, and we choose clarity over chaos. I'll see you in the next one.